Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my top 10 games of 2019. Here we'll see me pretending, we used an actor, to work hard on this all year, and of course, not actually be working on the last minute, not hiring two interns on the internet named Steve and Bob, who I'm pretty sure that's not their real names. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, I did work hard all of this year on this list. It changed quite a bit in the last couple weeks. There's been a lot of great games in 2019. So let's check out number 10. And number 10 on my list is Apex Legends, Battle Royale game by Respawn. Does have a couple different maps now. Currently got a holiday event. It's top solid. It came out of the box, little to no hype or advertising. Free to play game. Cash shop's a little nothing pay to win or anything, but just not a lot of choices. But it is pretty solid, pretty good. Cannot complain about this one at all. It is very solid, highly enjoyable. No Fortnite killer, but then again, what is? Content isn't as fast-paced as some of the other Battle Royale games, but definitely enjoyable. Alright, coming in number 9, Dragon Quest Builders 2 by Square Enix. It actually just came out on PC as well, originally on PS4. It does everything that the original, it does everything and more, the original Dragon Quest Builders. Linear quest, a little bit of multiplayer, but not really. It's just in your open sandbox mode. But it's an amazing game, a lot of building. It is kind of like Minecraft, but like with quests. It is very expansive. Just have vehicles in this one as well. No item durability, which is also a nice plus. Quite a bit of content. Build, cars content. Yeah, the world is your oyster. Use a lot of your imagination as well in building. It does have a photo mode as well. It is generally a good time, especially if you do like the Dragon Quest universe. Yeah, it is quite good. I do highly recommend. Alright, coming at number 8, My Time at Portia by Pathia Games. God, you get a lot of content for your money in this one. I still haven't finished it, and I'm like 90, probably have 100 episodes into my current playthrough. It is quite a bit. Crafting. There is a little bit of farming if you want to, but you really don't have to. A lot of building, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of quests, a lot of storyline, pretty in-depth. Yeah, you can get married, have children, etc. Animals. The sky's the limit. There is actually quite a bit to do. Like I said, many hours of content for usually a very low price. And actually, later on, you can get a lot of the stuff automated. You don't even have to do it. Get an assistant on your farm. Pet the cows. Yeah, you can pet the dog in this game as well. Definitely do give My Time Portia. I think it's actually even arguably a little bit better than Stardew Valley, but it is quite good. Do recommend. Yeah, moving on to number 7. Alright, coming in number 7, Resident Evil 2, the remake. I did really play this on PC. It is, one word, perfect. You cannot find anything wrong with this remaster of the game remake. It is just so good. The puzzles, the environmental. Resident Evil 2 was a classic, and they did do quite good justice to this. Mr. X is also amazing. Quite a good time. Definitely worth your money. I can give this a 100% recommendation. Like I said, it moved up and down on my list. But it is anything short of a complete, perfect remaster of the game. Definitely looking forward to Resident Evil 3. They're doing a remaster of that coming out next year. Alright, but let's move on to number 6. Alright, number 6, A Plague Tale Innocence. Amicia and Hugo moved up quite a bit on my list as well. Just because it's an amazing story. It's only about 12 hours long. Maybe you can cram 14 doing a little bit of side stuff. Not really any replayability, but it does tell an amazing tale. It actually made me care about Hugo. And I admit, I hated that little kid in the beginning. Like, I hated him so bad, but in the end, if you mess with Hugo, I would murder you. And that's a tale of a good game. That it can make you care about this kid who keeps continually getting in trouble. Like I have to go save him. It's just, stop it, Hugo. But it is quite a good tale. A lot of puzzles. Fairly easy though. You never get. It's nothing truly difficult. Rats does create kind of a little bit of suspense as well, but overall, this game is pretty close to perfect for me. An instant classic. Alright, let's move on to one I think you will like even more. Number 5. Alright, coming in number 5, Obsidian's The Outer Worlds. This is an amazing game, especially from the original creators of Fallout. Fallout New Vegas is by far probably one of my favorite games of all time. And they made that sucker in 9 months, actually. 9 months. It's an amazing game. This, to me, falls a little bit short of Fallout New Vegas. But the storytelling, the quest lines, graphically, this does feel a little rushed, though. I know they're making more DLC. I feel like this one was a little quick out the box. But overall, the gunplay, very good. They do have a kind of a slowdown system, similar to that, but not. Yeah, they do take a lot of stuff that you would love in the Fallout series. But unlike Bethesda, they do it right. Overall, you can get this on the Xbox Game Pass and the Xbox Game Pass PC right now. It's also exclusive on the Epic Store till I believe this summer. But overall, I would highly recommend it. It is a great time. Probably takes you, maybe if you want to do everything, maybe about 30 hours max. I do think there's a lot of replayability. There's a lot of different builds you can do. A lot of different ways to do quests. A lot of ways things can go right or terribly wrong as well. But definitely one of my top 5s. I am looking forward to the DLC next year. Definitely a game you want to play. Alright, coming in at number 4, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Another game actually in the top 10 by Respawn. This game is finally, EA, finally. We got a good Star Wars game. Well, actually, Battlefront 2 is actually quite good as well now that they've fixed it. But sadly, everyone's already moved on. But that is a quite good one as well. I do enjoy it quite a bit. It's got a little bit of wall running. A lot of exploration. Though there is a little bit too much backtracking for me. At the end, you have to revisit the same planets a little bit. But the lightsaber combat is impeccable. The combat is so good. Very kind of Sekiro inspired. But I would say not as... jumping and dodging is a little bit more of an option as well. You start once again with like limited force powers because he's got to relearn it. That is a little bit of a... wish that could have been done a little bit better. You never... kind of like the Force Unleashed. You could start out a little more awesome. And there's a death right there as well. Nice! But you will die a little bit on this, of course. But it is... I do recommend the Jedi Grandmaster settings. Though, of course, sometimes you will get so much firepower going at you, it's a little bit tougher to block. But overall, not the longest storyline, but quite good, quite good. There's a lot of customization. No microtransactions, which I'm sure must have hurt EA quite a bit. Definitely one of my favorite games of this year. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, and coming in number 3, this one's gonna be highly controversial. Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima. You are either gonna love this game or you're gonna hate this game. I'm actually currently about 60 hours in. Still working 100%. So I can get all those stars on my pants because I am a masochist. This has got some great cinematics, a great, amazing story once you get into it. But to really get to some of the other vehicles and other stuff that'll make the game, in ziplines especially, ziplines are about 20 hours in. But even getting a reliable, getting the tricycle all the time, getting a motorcycle, you're gonna get about 12 hours in. You don't really get that to about 8 or 12 hours in. So it's a lot of walking in the beginning. And even later on, I do find myself walking quite a bit. And I will say the majority of the time, you will spend delivering packages. And more packages. And did I mention more packages? And along with the annoying, which I can feel kind of annoying now because it's really, you can negate them for the most part, the BTs. But overall, it is an amazing experience. I either feel like you're going to love this one or you're going to hate it. I definitely recommend maybe you pick it up on a sale. It is coming to PC pretty soon here as well. Hopefully maybe modders can get some of that stuff unlocked earlier, like you get a vehicle early on. I'd actually end up stealing from some of the mules really early on. Getting a vehicle made life so much easier. But overall, I have enjoyed this quite. The voice acting and the cutscenes and everything is top notch. I think they spared no expense on this one. It is Hideo Kojima at his most excessive, but I do highly recommend. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to number 2. Alright, number 2, Disco Elysium. It actually is a great game, open world, a lot of role playing, a lot of dice rolls, a lot of character choices, thoughts. Really not really any combat in this, just a lot of dialogue. No really wrong answers. You can be a kind of a hero cop, or you can be a horrible mess of a human being. You do wake into your room after quite a binge of drinking with no memory. You kind of have to rebuild yourself, so you can be kind of whoever you want to be. I myself was a miserable mess of a human being. Kind of like a drunk Rain Man. But it was an awesome, fantastic time. A little bit of voice. I wish there would have been a little bit more voice acting, but the music is amazing. All the dialogue. Like I said, there's really no wrong choices in this. The dialogue is great. The storyline is perfect. I could not recommend a better storyline pretty much this year, except for our number 1. Alright, number 1, Fire Emblem, the 3 Houses. This is exclusive on Switch. It is amazing JRPG. A lot of tactics. A lot of different, actually, you can go through the 3 houses. So there are 3 different replayable storylines. It does have a new game plus as well. A lot of different classes you can use, certify in. A lot of different dialogue. Building relationships with your students. The story is, it's more of a Mortal Grey as well. I don't ever feel like there's any good guys in this, and even on the second playthrough, I am noticing more, enjoying more. Very enjoyable game because you can, and it does get more difficulty. It does open up a maddening difficulty as well. Yeah, you can have permadeath on as well, so you can lose students, etc. It does have a divine pulse, so you get a limited number of divine pulses where you can reverse your moves a little bit, just in case you screw up. I definitely recommend playing on the hardest setting. It's not too difficult, but it does keep you on your toes. It is actually definitely, because I've already got about 80 hours in it so far since it came out. Definitely my game of the year. It did win People's Choice Award at the Game Awards, because we all know the Game Awards a little rigged, but I definitely felt this should have been in Game of the Year contention. Right, ladies and gentlemen, a couple other games I didn't mention. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. These are honorable mentions. It didn't feel it. It's too much pairing for me. I need a little bit more dodge. Zenki Zero, Last Beginning. It was good, but a little too much niche, I think, for the list. And of course, Total War, Romance of Three Kingdoms. But if you do like Total War, I do highly recommend Greedfall. It was very good, but also very bad. It had its ups and downs. And Gears 5 was also another one that they made it in the list and it kind of dropped out. Made a list, got dropped out again. Gears 5, pretty solid. Amazing visuals, a decent story, but it just did not pull me in later on. And also Legends of Heroes, Cold Steel 3, a little bit of a slow burn in the beginning, but very enjoyable. And also another one I loved, Atelier Ryza in the Atelier series. That's the latest one. Pretty good. Maybe want to go check it out. Also, X4 Foundations. I do believe it. I'm not 100% sure that came out this year, but I'm pretty sure. If you do like your Space Sims game. But that's just my top 10 list and a couple honorable mentions. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my list. And give me your top 10 games of the year. I will be back in a couple days with my top 10 worst games of the year. And it was... oh man, it was pretty easy to pick. Top 10. It was not a great year for some games. Right, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to hit that like button to help out. Subscribe for more content. And I'm enjoying bringing you the games coming in 2020. I'll see you there.